Hey everybody on YouTube, I'm back for now on YouTube. It's hard for me to make videos. I've been real busy, and some of you know that I did have a death in the family pretty recently. My father finally passed away after, being in pretty bad shape for a couple of years of his life, and I was taking care of him in the house and didn't have a lot of time to do videos. And I also work a full-time day job, which I absolutely love. But just finished watching Sea of Tranquility's Deep Purple list, the worst to best. Pete Pardo's a huge Deep Purple fan. In fact, that's his favorite band, and he just ranked. He did this today. He put up today his ranking of what he thought was the least best to the best Deep Purple albums. And I love Deep Purple, but I'm not as huge of a fan as he is because they're his #1 favorite band. And I used to own a lot of Deep Purple on CD. Unfortunately, I sold all those because I needed money. But I do like their stuff quite a bit. I do really like their '70s stuff. But this is a worst to best of Boston, which is a band I am a huge fan of. But he inspired me to do this, and I've already done. This is my 3rd episode of worst to best albums. I did one a few years ago on the Meat Puppets discography, which was the first one I did, and I got a lot of comments and likes and people's subscriptions too, I think, and I just knocked me out that people just loved the Meat Puppet one I did. And then about a year or two later, I did a King's X discography of all their studio albums, worst to best. And that actually, not only did that get some good comments and likes, but a couple of YouTubers, it inspired them to make their own rankings of King's X albums. And no idea I was going to inspire people to do that. But if you guys are watching this, thanks for doing that. And I enjoyed your album rankings as well. I liked your list. Even if we didn't have them all in the same order, it was cool to hear other people's opinion. And I've been really wanting to do more album rankings. I just haven't had a lot of time. And not every single band that I really like, I happen to have every album from. But I do own all the Meat Puppets. I do own all the King's X. I own all the Bostons. There's only 6 to go through here. So this won't take very long. But so today, this is episode 3 of albums worst to best. This is the Boston list. And some of these rankings might surprise you a little bit, but of course, you probably already know what #1 is anyway. So let's just get right to the list. The absolute bottom one of the list. A lot of Boston fans might really hate me for this. Some people like this album. I never really liked it, and this was the first Boston album I heard, and couldn't figure out why people liked Boston so much, because this album is just too sappy for me. I really don't like this album. Third Stage. It's just too... It's the easy listening Boston to me. It's just... I like Cool the Engines, but that's all I like. I hate Amanda. I just can't stand power ballads. I like Boston when Tom Scholz rocks. I like it when he does that, when he rocks with his guitar. I hate power ballads. I've always hated power ballads, and Amanda's one of the worst things. And some of these I don't even remember. I don't remember My Destination, or Can't You Say. It's just... yeah, it's a forgettable album. I really... Besides Cool the Engines, which I do like a little bit, I really don't like Third Stage. I don't like Third Stage at all. So that's number 6. Number 5, not a bad album, but totally flawed, and it is a mess. I will admit this is a mess, and I did buy it when it came out, because I'm a huge Boston fan, so I've got to have it all. But the newest one, Life, Love, and Hope, so far their latest. I've heard Tom is trying to, or I shouldn't say trying, but he's working on another album, which will probably come out in about, another 10 years, maybe another decade. But there's some really good stuff on here. I love Heaven on Earth. That really starts it off really good. I can't remember the singer's name on that, but the singer's really good on that one. I really like Heaven on Earth. That sounds like a good rocking Boston song. Didn't Mean to Fall in Love, which is from their previous album. It's like a remix version, which is a good song, but it's just... that's one of the flaws here. Tom went and remixed some stuff from Corporate America, the one right before this, and just put it on this album, which I think this album should have been all new songs, and he should have had the remixes as bonus tracks instead of just putting them on the album. But I'm just going to mention the other ones I really like besides Heaven on Earth. I mean, I do like some of the remixed versions, and some of them maybe even better. Like Someone was a song I always really liked on Corporate America. This is Someone 2.0. But I like Last Day of School is a really good instrumental. Life, Love, and Hope I like. I like The Way You Look Tonight. It ends the album really well. Yeah, and then the rest of it's just pretty weak. And of course, you know, there's more, which they kind of started with Walk On. There's more computerized drums on here, so I don't get why he won't just have a live drummer on the albums. Why he wants to do all the drums by computer. I mean, just get Curly to do it. Last time I saw Boston, Curly was playing live. He's a fine drummer. He could do this. He could play all this stuff. Why don't you get him on the albums? You know, just make him a member of the band instead of just Tom Scholz. As much as I love Tom Scholz, I don't understand his work ethic. But that's number 5 is Life, Love, and Hope. And so going on to number 4, the one right before it. This is the first time I saw them was this tour, the Corporate America tour. So I did get to go see them with Brad Delp. But number 4 is Corporate America. And again, I actually do like this album. But I remember when this came out, all the Boston fans just absolutely hated it and thought it was great. I think it's grown on some of the fans since then. But I really love I Had a Good Time. It's just a great song. I really like that one. What Brad Delp sings. And I like Stare Out Your Window. I like Corporate America. Someone I really love. Crying's pretty good. I actually think Crying, Didn't Mean to Fall in Love, like I said, is good. I actually like Turn It Off a little bit. They played Turn It Off. Fred Cosmo was with them, with his son Anthony, and Turn It Off they played. That's actually a pretty good song. Not my number 1 favorite, but actually this has got some really good songs on it. The album's out of print now, so if you find it, I bought the album at Walmart when it came out, right before I went and got tickets to go see them on the Corporate America tour. But so I knew all these songs that they played. But I actually like Corporate America. I actually always have, and I think this is a pretty good album. And like I said, the fans just absolutely just hated it, thought it was the worst thing he ever put out. And again, a lot of it I do think is the computerized drums. I mean, the drumming is just, I mean, that would have been one of the saving graces had they gotten Curly or somebody, some good drummer to play on here. But Corporate America, it is what it is. It's number 4 on the list. Number 3, we are halfway through. I really like this one quite a bit, and some of it not so much. But it does have one of my very favorite songs. But Walk On. I've listened to this one quite a bit. It's a very underrated Boston album, and I remember when this came out. And I got it when it came out only because I used to be in the Columbia House CD Club. It didn't turn in my card on time, and if you didn't do that, they would send you CDs, and you had to pay for it, and that's how I first got this CD. And it was hard for me to get into back then, but it's really grown on me, and I like the opening song, I Need Your Love, but the song that really does it for me, that I really, really like, is Surrender to Me. Surrender to Me is like one of the best songs that Tom Scholz ever wrote. I just love, love, love Surrender to Me. The Walk On medley is pretty good. I don't think it's quite as strong as songs like Surrender to Me. And I like What's Your Name a lot on here. The rest of it is actually pretty forgettable, but I mean, Surrender to Me, What's Your Name, I Need Your Love are very, very strong songs, and Walk On's number 3. And the next two should not surprise anybody. Of course, number 2, Another album I think is a little underrated, but I know people like it, is of course Don't Look Back. It's #2 album. My favorite ever Boston song is probably Don't Look Back, and that's of course on this album. You know, and I love Feeling Satisfied. I just really love Feeling Satisfied. It's very close second favorite to me on this album. It's a strong song. I like Don't Be Afraid. It's easy. The journey segueing into It's Easy is great. Love this album. It's very, very strong. I wouldn't say it's quite as strong as #1, which we already know what it is. You haven't seen it yet. There's only one left to go to. But I think this really deserves as much praise, just about as much praise as, you know, this one, which is #1. Of course, what do I need to say about Boston, the debut album? This is, of course, their best ever record. We all know More Than a Feeling, but, you know, Peace of Mind I love, and Foreplay Long Time I really like. You know, Hitch a Ride, Rock and Roll Band. I mean, definitely #1. So there you have it. I went through what, in my opinion, the worst to best Boston albums, and I've got all 6 of them. They only have 6 albums, and currently Tom Scholz is making a 7th one, so that should be out probably in about 5 to 10 years, and yes, I'm going to buy it when it comes out, and I'll probably go see that tour too. I've seen Boston twice. Like I said, I saw them first on the Corporate America tour with the late great Brad Delp. I really miss that guy. Probably my #1 favorite rock vocalist. And I saw them in 2016 in Austin, Texas at the Skyline Theater. It was a few years after Life, Love, and Hope came out. I think it was like, 3 years? I think this was, 2013? Yeah, so I think I saw them it was 2016. I saw them at Skyline Theater, and they didn't play anything off that album. They just played stuff from the first 3 albums. Alright, thanks for watching my Boston Worst to Best Albums list. This is episode 3 of Worst to Best. Long, long time coming. I haven't done one since about 2017. It's now 2020. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the flip side, and I'll see what other videos I have up my sleeve. I'll try to get back into doing videos again. I miss doing videos. Like I said, timing. I work a full-time job, which I love my job that I have, and so I got to make that money and everything. And here's something completely unrelated. If you could see that, I won $10 on a $1 lottery ticket, Monopoly. So I got $10 today. I won. Actually, I have all these tickets, and they won me $15. This is all these are, like, once I turn these in, I'll get $15, because some of these are $1 ones, one's a $2 one. That's $15 I've won, and I spent $40, so I lost more money than I won. But you gotta pay to play. Alright, not gonna ramble anymore about the lottery or Boston or YouTube or whatever. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the flip side with some more videos on YouTube. And we'll see what else I've got coming up. And everybody have a good day and rock on.